And that, my dear students, is how Equestria won Food War II, thanks to the actions of this lone soldier who got caught up in the conflict and turned the tide for the Blossomforth Clan. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. So remember this for— Oh, hello guys. I see you've caught me in my glorious live-action form. I was just giving a lecture on the history of Bridlewood for my Zoom class. Of all the times I like to recount, this one is by far the most special. It's certainly the most unexpected conflict Equestria's ever had, but by far is it the most fun to talk about. Let's relive it together, shall we? Hello, Repony. My name is Hawk Nightwing, the most unapologetic defender of G5 you'll ever meet, and this is my review of Turtle Season 1, Episode 66, Friday Night Food Fight. The episode immediately opens up with Misty running from a tense situation. Food is being thrown all around her, and she's thrown right into a war zone. But just when all seems lost, Izzy rescues and covers for her, which allows for Misty to escape to the Crystal Tea Room and warn Alpha to fight outside. After Alphabeetle's attempt at a ceasefire goes horribly wrong, though, Misty learns that she herself started the food tradition when she was a filly, and upon realizing this, she vows that if she started this, she can finish it too. The episode ends with Misty being given a cake in her honor, and falling into it, with the ponies all laughing it off. What do I think of this episode? Holy cow, this was a ton of fun. If Very Bad Hair Day felt a little too safe in its premise, therefore preventing me from truly enjoying it, this episode has everything I could ever want and more. Just like Pomeranian Problems that would come out much later, this episode is straight up balls to the wall insane and loony, and oh boy does it own it. It knows exactly what it wants to be, and it does not hold back. Remember this quote Misty said in Chapter 2?
I like fun, I think. I've never really had it, but how hard can it be?
Well, this episode is here to remedy that once and for all. Misty is thrown right into a situation where she has to let the fun side of her out. I love that this episode isn't afraid to be dramatic, but in a genuinely funny sort of way. Like, this food fight tradition is treated like a genuine war scenario, and Misty has no idea what's going on. She's just ran right in the middle of the conflict, and now she has to survive. With Izzy's help, of course. There's even a fake-out death scene with Alpha near the middle, complete with Misty doing overdramatic crying, which feels like a jab at the self-indulgent fake-out deaths you usually see in movies. It doesn't even last long either, as Alpha wastes no time in coming back to life, as if he wasn't just dead a couple seconds ago. Basically, this episode, there are no rules. The story's allowed to be as bonkers as it wants to be, and I love it for that. Things are constantly thrown at you, and you have no idea what to expect next. That's the kind of fun stories I love to see in Terror Tale, and this episode exemplifies that perfectly. Expect the unexpected, and just go along with the insanity. The episode takes full advantage of its story, and nowhere is that more clear than in the climax of it. After Misty learns that she started the food fight, the episode stops holding back as she vows to avenge her dad's sacrifice and win the food war once and for all. She puts on what seems like Jello war paint on her face, and then proceeds to charge the battle with a bellowing war cry. From here, the visual creativity of this episode just goes off the charts, and it never lets up. Between Misty using pies as weapons and frisbees, eggs as cannonballs, shooting grapes out of her mouth as bullets, and stepping on tomato sauce to use as cannons, you can just tell that the writers and animators had so much fun with this sequence alone. Misty truly learns to let loose and go along with the ride, living the moment up to its fullest extent as Izzy looks on, eating popcorn with liquid pride in her eyes. Misty fully embraces the tradition, and has probably more fun than she ever has in her whole life. As she says, no pony messes with my dad. There's even a really cool moment where everything is being thrown at her, and she catches it all with her magic, before proceeding to throw it all back at them as an epic finisher. Coupled out with the slow motion shots to empathize the impact, and holy cow, what a sequence. The comedy is perfectly timed, and the episode even gets a bit emotional, with the flashback between Alphabet and Philly Misty. And the food fight is revealed as one of the last happy memories father and daughter made together by complete accident. But it's one that got ingrained by our culture ever since, as a way of honoring Misty's impact long after she was gone. That was actually a clever twist, and it ties to Misty's decision to embrace the tradition itself once more in the present day. What else can I say? I genuinely loved this episode. It's a lot of fun, definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to finish the initial review slate, as getting the chance to review this episode was too good to pass up. I definitely enjoyed it, and it's certainly a great example of how to do a bonkers, fun filler premise like this right. But, what do you guys think of this episode? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this is Hawk Nightwing signing out. Hoof to heart.